What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 3 of the Container Diaries. I know it's been a while, but between Vaughn and I, we've just been really busy lately and dealing with a lot of the tools, which we're going to catch up on. But first, I want to start talking about the plasma cutter. The plasma cutter. So where we left off in episode 2 is I was explaining how it wasn't working and my own basic troubleshooting. So I dropped it off at Airgas and they ran a bunch of tests and they said that it was showing up fine, like it was performing totally fine. And as guessed, the issue was the extension cord that we were using to power it. Unfortunately, it's not a high enough voltage to power the plasma cutter that's putting a lot of power. Plus, it was really long, so the longer the extension cord, the more power you kind of lose. So I went and bought a grinder, an angle grinder. I got it from Home Depot. It's great. It was no more than 35 bucks. And I grinded out the rest of the holes for my container. In episode 2, we finished off one hole and then we worked on the other, but unfortunately it went out while working on half of the other one. So I was able to finish it with the grinder and even flush out some areas. So today on episode 3, I'm going to walk you through all the changes that's been made since our quiet time. I'm going to show you the holes that were grinded out. I've mounted up the windows and put them on some clamps to give you a really good perspective to see how the windows will look once they're finished. And then we're going to do some grinding. I need to finish flushing out some of the holes to get ready for welding in the steel angle frames. And then I need to actually make the hole bigger for the 5x5 square. I'll explain it when we get inside. So now to focus on the framing for the windows. Here are some scrap pieces that I'm practicing on to get an idea as to how I want to assemble it. And the way I did it is this is basically what it looks like. It's going to overlap, so I want it to connect like a puzzle piece. So this is going to be cut off here to allow space for this to kind of come up. And then this space here needs to be able to also come up and connect. So after cutting out this square, I'll also be cutting out that amount of space right here up top. So after cutting that out, this will be welded in just like this. The top frame will go on this way. This back is going to be flush to the outside, allowing this space to come out. And then same for this one. This is going to be welding in like that. So that's the reasons for the cut. So this allows it to come in like a puzzle piece. Tack, tack, and do the same all around.
trying to create a freedom first.
So what I just did on this window here is this is the window that I was actually able to get out with the plasma cutter in full, which was nice and it allowed me to get it out faster. However, I wanted to go back over it with the grinder to kind of smooth it out because there has been some steel that kind of melted onto the side, and the smoother it is, the more easier it is to lay the frames on here and get more of a flat finish rather than one side being more lifted than the other. I know this isn't perfect, which is okay. That's why I cut 2 inches bigger than the actual window, so I have enough wiggle room to get it to shape up nicely. But in the meantime, I find it to be really helpful and just clean to go ahead and grind over it to get it pretty smoothed out. And here's the finish.